Yeah, 300 people, and we were just watching this guy say the Lord's Prayer and staring at himself in front of the mirror. I know it sounds funny. It was awful. You know, there's so many different decisions, and none of them happen, and it takes years, and all of this stuff, and this person's not talking to this person, or it's crazy. And so I can wake up and go, I want to implement that studio. Okay, I'll do that today.
Yeah. Yep. When we were still like taking class all the time.
Yeah.
And I was in separate leg stretching, and you were like, Winnie, roll your body weight forward. And I thought I was doing it, and you're like, Winnie, roll your body weight forward. Roll your body weight forward. And you like come up to me, and I just start bawling, and you're like, oh, okay, just sit down.
And welcome back to another episode of Ellevan Wins Podcast. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie.
And today,
Oh
look
my
at this
God.
handsome guy.
What a treat. Your next guest, our next guest, our next guest is my dear, dear friend. We've been friends for like 13 years. He was and still is a mentor to me. He is an author. He is a fantastic actor who originated Corny Collins in the national U.S. tour of Hairspray, which is so cool. That's like one of my dreams manifest through another human being. And he is the operator of one of the best hot yoga studios in Toronto. Please put your joints and your hands together for my friend, Paul McQuillan.
Thanks, you guys. Should we just end it there?
Yeah.
I think that's
everything you need to know.
And then you'll be remembered.
That was
just
lovely
like
and
that.
gracious, Winnie. Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love
Thanks
you
for
too.
coming on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be
It's
here.
only taken 4 years.
I
for
can't
me to
believe you've
ask.
been doing this for 4 years. That's remarkable to me. We were just commenting on time and how it's just such a strange concept, and none of us can really get our heads around it. And sometimes now I feel, I remember my stepmother telling me when I was younger, she says, time just goes quicker as you get older. And I thought, that's not true. And that's all I've experienced, is that's exactly what happens.
Is it the relativity from how much life you have lived? Because when you're 10 years old, right, you're like, a year is 10% of my life. When you're 40, it's like a year is like, math.
I have never heard it explained that way, and I think it's a brilliant
Thank you so
assessment.
much.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, you're such a delight and an angel in our life. I just want to, right off the top, we'll get into what you're doing now, but you, if truth be told, are probably like one of the reasons why Winnie stayed in Toronto, why we were able to stay in Toronto.
Gave me my first job here.
Yeah, you've always been a guiding light, like a classy gentleman, truly living the life in Toronto. I feel like you've made some amazing decisions with your yoga studio. We can get into it. You took risks, and to see you reinvest in it and just do life. I feel like by having you, maybe not beside me all the time, like Winnie, because you guys work together, but knowing you and having you in my life has given hope and beautiful energy to what life could be. To watch you build your life, and it's just beautiful, bro. So congratulations, and thank you for existing.
Well, thank you so much.
Great,
I can reflect that back to both of you as well. Just because your energies are so constructive and so incredibly creative and open. Can I tell a story about when I first met Winnie?
Yeah.
Please.
When I had just. I don't even think I'd been about a year in of owning the yoga studio. It was 2011, and my good friend Darren had met Winnie and she was teaching a class in Alberta.
Another stud. You should see these fucking guys. Yeah. It's like they're made in a factory.
It's hilarious. And so Winnie, he said, you might want to check out Paul's studio and see if he'll have you teach there. And back then, it was all Bikram yoga, and if you don't know Bikram yoga is fascinating because it's this structured yoga series, 26 and 2, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises, and when they teach it to you, it's actually they teach you a dialogue, which is verbatim. You
elbows
memorize
over each other, Japanese hand
That's
sandwich.
right.
It's
all
a
those
whole
weird
book
things
that you memorize.
Yeah, the
and
entire thing. It's
regurgitate.
The gentleman was from India.
Yeah, he was.
So
he was. And there's a whole. We won't get into too much about him because he went off the rails and did some pretty unsavory things, which is
we'll
why
talk
we don't
about him, and then we'll
use
move
that
right
name.
into Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, sounds about right. And Winnie walked in and she was teaching class, and I was smiling because that class, it was a big class, and she was verbatim with the dialogue, doing exactly what she needed to do, doing the delivery, and through all that. that, I could see this wonderfully compassionate, unique human being, because she was being performative, as we all were when we delivered that dialogue,
God,
right?
totally.
And so then I was smiling because I thought, oh, as soon as we get her off that dialogue and bring out who she actually is into this room, she's going to be a gold
That's going to
mine.
be real.
This is going to be a special thing. So that's why I was kind of smirking, because I realized I had to do that for myself too. And I'd been through that journey, and I had to impart that to other teachers to go through it. And you were the best one, because as soon as we brought Winnie into that room, then everything changed, because part of the reason for the success of the studio is Winnie, because it's true, because she and people like Winnie because it help us develop a culture of kindness, which I think is so important.
And you've got to do that
template.
authentically. It's
Absolutely.
not something you can say. That's something that you act.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because a lot of people will pay lip service to that sort of thing.
Mindful
and say,
millennials
we
are-
develop a culture of kindness.
Yeah, right.
No, you actually have to do it. You have
Yeah.
to, and Winnie became an ambassador for that sort of thing, and a bit of a pioneer, because anybody who met her and took her class understood that she has compassion and kindness and expertise and energy, that she threw herself into this job, and so that's where it started. And here we are. You're still at the studio.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get rid of her. I don't know where. She just keeps
Crazy
coming.
though
I
that
love
13 years have gone by, and it's like, wait, what?
Isn't that
because-
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
we had some heydays.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah, there was some
Oh,
dope evolution
man.
to the studio by you embracing her, and like it feels like you knew her potential. Like that was a really good safe space for Wynn to grow and like spiritually expand. And like the space that you create, like it's always felt like a sexy jazz club or something.
Oh, that's
like
so
as soon
cool.
as I
I
walk
love
in, it's
hearing that.
warm. It's like a hug. Like you're a nice balanced man. Like you have a feminine and a masculine side. Like that's a good thing. And I think the studio just like reflects that. And so you created that space and harnessed that talent. And it's
one
been
of
a
the
beautiful thing to watch.
we talk about this all the time too. You had said to me early on, I think it was about 8 months in, where you offered me a management position. So I'd been teaching, and you had said early on, like, I'm the owner here. I have to work on my business, not in my business.
Yes.
So
and
smart.
That's been like such a pivotal thing for everything in my life, honestly. Like, what can I be what can we be delegating, especially with this podcast, and how can we allow it to grow in that regard? So that was like one of the most crazy pieces of mentorship, I think, that I've received from you.
You've been acting, operating as a boss as we've grown into kind of almost still being bosses, like growing into bosses ourselves. We've got some
little baby
blueprint to see how
entrepreneurs.
you did it, bro. So sick,
that's
man.
so cool. I'm glad that I'm flattered that
Oh,
you've
I've
taken
gotten
some of that
so
stuff and
many
used it.
skills from you, but also you've always pushed the
Yeah.
boundaries of your space and your business. Like you're always thinking about it, and you always upgrade it, and it's never been stale. There's never been 1 year where it's been like, oh, this is, and we did the same yoga for like 4 of those years or something. Like you
Yeah.
didn't implement a new practice, and then when you did, you got crucified in the yoga scene for bringing in different styles of yoga
And you
from
didn't
our
back
Bikram
down.
yoga community. So you've always been such a pioneer and like a leading edge.
I appreciate that.
Leader in the space.
I remember going to different seminars with regards to business and yoga in general, and I heard that at a seminar when work on your business, not in it. And so I took that upon myself to go, oh, that makes total sense, especially as you enter a trajectory of building and growing, and getting bigger, and also deciding, because when you own a business, and you guys know this, like you can't impart something to others if you don't know how to do it yourself first.
1000%.
So once you realize and you've had that experience yourself, you go, okay, now I can give this to this person and say, this is how I would like this run. But at the same time, whilst embracing, like say a teacher, for example, when we do teacher training, you know this because Winnie and I work really closely at teacher training. When people are trying to teach, I tell them right away, I say, I don't want you to memorize anything. I want you to learn the postures and have an intricate intricate understanding of them, but I want your style, I want your vocabulary, I want you in this room. And so that was from your first class that you taught with everybody else. That's where we went with all of this. And then so you start attracting through an because I know you guys are that too. You do start attracting those kinds of people.
Yeah.
And then you have your misses too. You always have difficulties, and then and there have been those.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
you
goes
have
to
to.
Mrs. Oh, Mrs.
Yeah, because as a
Yeah, they
business
get
owner
mad
over that
sometimes.
course of years, sometimes you do have to let people go, and then
Sucks.
you learn from that. You don't just go, oh, that didn't work out. That person's terrible. You go, what did I do to contribute to this as well
100%.
that I attracted the wrong person into our business and into our culture? And so and it is a culture because it does become a community and it becomes a live thing. I remember sitting across from my accountant, and you wouldn't think an accountant would say this sort of thing, but she said something to me that I always remember, and she said, well, your business is an entity. It has a pulse. And I thought, oh, I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And that I found that kind of stuff really helpful in terms of moving forward.
Yeah.
And so 14 or 15 years, is it 16 years ago
It's
you bought
moving
the
on
studio?
15.
15 years ago you
We're
bought
in
the
our
studio.
15th year, yeah.
You decided to do this. You were moving away from your acting career and moving into this endeavor, and you were being told not to do it.
You bought a business.
I was.
You were the advice that you were getting was counterintuitive
Yeah,
to
But
what
yoga
you ended
changed
up doing.
your life, right?
Oh, it did. And so I knew that I wanted to do it because it was passionate. But from a technical standpoint, financial, economic, just that the broad strokes, it didn't make sense. I consulted a lawyer, I consulted an accountant, and they all said, no, don't do it. And I had to use my life savings and risk and borrow money as well. And if I may tell just a quick story
Please.
about that I absolutely am the most proud of. One of the things I'm most proud of is that I got a loan from a bank, which is not one of our big banks. I got a loan from a bank called BDC, which is Business Development Corporation.
Okay.
And they'll give loans to small businesses if they see potential and the underwriters see it as possible at a high interest rate, of course. So it was like 9%. It was crazy. So I had that, and I had something also called vendor takebacks because I couldn't give this person all the money that was owed for the studio. So she was getting money profits that I would make, and then I had to pay her. But I had to pay the bank, and then I had to pay her first.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I started the business. I had all this stress, and so I was just like, nose to the grindstone, doing the 12, 14 hours a day. I'm trying to understand the business because I wasn't a businessman. I was an actor.
Right.
And then so I'm going to seminars. I'm reading small business books, figuring it all out. And what I'm most proud of is two things. A year and a half, I had everybody paid back.
Oh.
And then the year
Let's
after that,
go.
I had BDC contact me and say, you're one of our big success stories. We'd like for you to come in and talk to everybody.
Oh,
And so
man.
that felt really good.
You made that money you paid them back with through the business, right?
Yes,
That's
that's right.
so great.
Yeah.
So you dove in, ran it well, flipped it, got them back. It's all in your hands like a year and a half.
And then was able to really have my vision with more agency, more because that not having this weight on my
Looming
shoulders,
over you.
Still having the weight of the business and moving forward, but not having somebody looking over and going, hey, you got that money? You got that? Are you going to make this money? Or are we going to
sucks.
have to give up this business?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the next biggest thing after that was the pandemic, which we all went through together as a community.
That
And-
was great.
And
I
people,
love
wasn't
that.
it amazing?
Oh,
It was so good for yoga studios.
It was good for entertainers and people whose businesses depended on gatherings.
Exactly,
It
right?
served
Like
us
restaurants,
so
and
well.
it was terrible.
If you like death.
Yeah, I feel like that. I totally agree. It's almost traumatizing. I noticed something. My wife and I, Leanna, we had, that's the other thing. Last year I got married. and,
Let's go.
the first time for when being 57 years old, and I actually wrote an article about it in the Globe and Mail, and they published it because I wanted to discuss that. I thought that was really interesting. But I just met this amazing woman who
Such a babe, such a powerhouse.
She's beautiful and she's intelligent.
But of
and
course,
she's,
look at you.
it's
How are
crazy.
you gonna have such
Yeah,
love?
you guys are really
You guys
great
are
for
good.
each
You
You guys
other.
are sweet. That's
Such a
kind.
good
But
match.
but Leanna has this whole right brain, left brain thing going on because she can paint and she's creative and she's a yoga teacher and she does Reiki. She's like 4th level or Reiki. But then she's a lawyer and she's practical and really smart. And it freaks me out.
It's-
I'm just like,
That
this is
just freaked me
crazy.
out.
It's how
Yeah.
it's how you fall in love. She's better than you.
Exactly.
You gotta be better than
Oh,
me.
she's taught me
You
so
gotta be better.
much. That's
That's what happens.
So then we can just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most dudes in happy relationships is just like, yeah, she's better than me.
Yeah.
That's
She's
good.
amazing.
No, I'm great. Doesn't
Cook,
mean you're not
too.
great. Doesn't
Oh,
mean you're
she's
not
an
great.
incredible cook. Yeah, exactly. But
I love buying weed. It would be dope if I could earn points on it.
Oh, you just got to go to retailers who carry sticky cards.
What do you mean sticky cards?
You never heard of sticky cards?
No, is it an app? Do I have to download an app?
No,
Do I have to get texts? I don't
dude.
want to get texts
Relax. You're always freaking out so hard.
anymore. Okay, relax. Tell
Sticky
me.
cards is easy. The sign up is so easy. You go to your cannabis store. So they have a QR code, and then it's a digital loyalty program. It lives in your digital
Like your wallet?
Yeah.
Like your Apple Wallet or Google Wallet?
Yeah. So anytime you know how
It's
to
like a
use
concert thing, like when you show a QR code at a concert ticket?
that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You pull it up, you get rewards every time you buy. And what's really actually so cool about it is that they can send me personalized messages.
Like all the retailers have the same rewards.
That's the best part about this. Each retailer can learn their customers and send personalized deals and rewards.
And they can design it.
Right to my phone. Basically, anytime I use sticky cards, it's because I'm getting a little notification that my shop is like, oh, you got $1 off your fave pre-roll.
How did they get a notification on your phone?
Through your wallet.
Okay, sick. And then hold on, this card, it all looks the same, like it's a Sticky Nugs card, or each retailer, can they design it? Like 1922 could do like a black and white one.
They could, yeah. They are on the program.
Cliff from Spirit Leaf Little Italy, he could do one that has like an Italian color flag
That'd
on
be cute.
it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Sticky cards, I rock with it. Thanks for supporting today's episode, Sticky Cards. If you guys don't already know about it, it's everything we just said. Go check it out.
If you buy weed, ask your local dispensary if they have Sticky Cards rewards program. It's the easiest program, and you're gonna get customized rewards for you.
Back to the episode.
I love learning from her, and I think that she likes learning from me too. And it becomes, when we get together or we're sitting across from each other for dinner or whatever, like we don't stop. We just talk that, like, you know, it's all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But we're also, you know, it's not like we're anything perfect. We argue, we've gone through such a journey together in these 6 years that we've been through so much that it just, you know, and we've transgressed so much, and it's fantastic.
What would you say about her and the energy that you guys have together that makes you want to stay and try and triumph through the argument?
It's that just being with her makes me want to be a really good person.
She inspires you.
She does, yeah. Like I just really want to do. I want to do well for her. I do. Like I've never felt that way about anybody. You know, like to this degree, like where it's just like her opinions matter, everything that her life matters, her happiness matters. When it's a tough one because we
You're
have
totally
to be
in love with her.
responsible. Yeah, I am, but we have to be responsible for our own feelings and actions. But at the same time, it's a tough thing when Lynn is not happy. I don't like it. You know?
Dude,
and
it's torture.
Isn't that awful when Winnie's
It's
not
like
happy?
when it's a fucking something is cranked in your back. It's like you're like, I can't ignore this.
You don't function properly
And
because you
they
want to
hold-
fix it.
They hold it against us.
Yeah.
And
And,
yes, you guys chat.
So that's the thing that happens with us. That's been a new thing in my life as well. But I think that after the pandemic, and I'm going to share this because this is something that I'm here, so I might as well share something.
And it's gonna live forever. and ever.
Exactly. But the pandemic was so hard. I became unwell, right? Like because there was so much stress. I thought I was losing my livelihood. Leanna and I had started our relationship, which was wonderful. It was great. But you're on because it's new and it's exciting and stuff like that. So
during the pandemic, that's
during
a
the pandemic.
crazy time. We know a few
Yeah.
people who started in the pandy, and that's like such a wild.
It's a wild
circumstance
thing,
to
yeah.
Start a relationship.
I mean, it's both wonderful and chaotic because
Yeah.
of everything that's going on around you, right? So when we started our relationship, it was with the backdrop of the pandemic and this stressful time, and me wondering, am I going to lose my livelihood here and this whole community and all these wonderful people, and stop being able to give something to people also that I know is good for them? You know, is that what's going to happen here? And I became so stressed, and then it built up, and then of course, you know, everybody, I got COVID, and then a bunch of vaccines and all that sort of stuff, and then my nervous system just said, that's enough. You've
Yeah.
tipped over. Then you go into, the catalyst for that was stuff that happened before that, some trauma, like
For
different things.
sure.
And then you bring it all into the mix and you go, holy shit, this makes total sense that my nervous system is just fucked.
Yeah.
And so I have been working on that for years, and I'm actually not even fully there yet, but I've made a lot of progress, and it's actually been a very helpful condition to go through because of what you have to learn in order to get past it.
That's actually kind of the core. Obviously, it's a joke, and I said it was an awesome time, but the deep core wisdom is it was an awesome time.
Yeah.
Everything that can be pushed and broken, everything that's fragile just by pushing it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like if that shatters, and I pride myself on still being friends with people who we differed opinions during. I'm so grateful
Well,
for that.
yeah.
Like we
Isn't that
seem
great?
past the bullshit, even if we had different opinions, red and blue, whatever. And then it's like through it is like, yeah, but I love you.
That's
Like,
such a good
it's like,
point
that's
because there
the
was
more
so much
important thing.
conflict and there were very distinctly two sides. Like when it
Yeah.
came to the vaccine,
That
vaccine
sucked
kind of
the
thing.
most. That
And it
was the
did.
most sucky.
It did suck.
And the choice to freak out or the choice to try and
I also-
focus elsewhere, I think it taught us a lot how to focus our mind, I think. Or you stress yourself out so much that you shut down. We were all going nuts. It was great.
Yeah, we really were. Yeah.
But now you did the work, and we did the work, and like a lot of people started going to therapy, or like so many people through the pandemic started to go,
sure.
oh yeah, I was really hurt as a kid, and I've been acting like this because this, and like all that.
And you never really know what's going on for anybody else. And that was the big lesson that I learned from the pandemic, is that when the studio opened up again, to see the kind of adversity that people were trying to work through, from mental health to physical health to emotional health, like so many different facets were being affected, and it was difficult, and back to not knowing how, not us understanding that what anybody's ever really going through. Compassion. There's a poem.
Yes.
It reminds me of this wonderful Yeats. It's a quick poem that I hang on to in my head and think about sometimes. And it's simple. It's called The Mermaid. It's like a mermaid found a swimming lad and picked him for her own, pressed his body to her body, laughed, and plunging down, forgot in cruel happiness that even lovers drown. Right? And it's just one of those things where we don't understand what's happening. She was having a mermaid experience, he was having a human experience. She didn't have the compassion necessary to understand that and took advantage of it in an excited way. But
And
I think
she's
that
like-
can apply to so many things.
I love that. I would love to see that in a film, like acted out. Like they're on the shore, they're
Watch
flirting, they're loving.
Blackfish.
Is that Blackfish? Has that?
It's a documentary about orcas who have like taken down humans.
Oh.
In captivity. The orcas in captivity.
No, that's just them busting back. 'cause
So do
don't-
they get the vibe that they're being assaulted, like this is bad, and they...
and
I
they
think
fuck
they're
up
just
the
pissed
trainer?
that they are in like a small cage and they just go crazy.
That makes
I
sense.
think
Shit.
it's, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. What's it called?
Blackfish. It's really
Blackfish.
sad. You'll bawl your eyes out.
Oh, God, I'm sure.
Join us next week for things you can watch to cry.
And you're such an animal lover, like, and humanitarian. Like, I can't even imagine what that did to you. That's terrible.
Okay,
yeah.
I want to ask you something though. Thanks so much for your negative movie reviews. I would just like, because you have something really cool, and we briefly touched on it, but like it's something I see with like elite thinkers, and you make the choice to double down on like what you've done with the studio from when I first saw it, to adding the B room, to doing the 60-minute classes from the 90, like, I don't know what your compass is guiding you, but like, when the world went to shit, you put more money into the thing that was sucking money out of you.
Yeah.
You're borderline nuts.
Well, yeah,
Like-
I wanted people to know that we weren't going anywhere, and I thought I'm going to invest in the studio. And so, I mean, that whole beautiful new floor in the hot room, that was during the
Buddy.
pandemic when we didn't know, are we gonna keep going here or what? And I thought, fuck it, let's just go for it.
You're
And-
going out in a blaze of glory.
It was kind of like a Field of Dreams thing. Build it, and they will
will
come.
come.
And they did. And the community was so amazing during that time. Like everybody was was really pining to be back at the studio. And I think the good thing, so it's sort of backhanded kind of good thing that happened there is they started to realize the value they get from it. And so did the teachers, through all of us.
100%.
So it really brought everybody together in the face of something that was really just quite horrific.
Didn't some people even offer to keep their auto renew on?
They did. There were people like that.
Jesus, that's so fucking kind.
Yeah, so
there's good people out here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you draw them in, of course, because it's a treat. It's so nice.
It's surrounding ourselves with it's just surrounding yourself with good, kind people. There are people. You know what? Sometimes we've had a teacher training. And somebody technically won't be great out of the gate. They just don't know.
They're new.
But because you look at them, you're going, I love their values. I love the way that they live their lives. I love the way how kind they are, compassionate, and the rest will come. And you know what? It always does.
You see the person, the value in the heart, not the thing.
Yeah.
And that's you are leader of the new age school to know that that's how you get a true job placement. That's how you join a community. That's how you can choose a dimension to run through and learn. But the previous programming of school years, for sure, some professions, please, rock and roll, doctors, lawyers, do you think? Right. Kind of thing. But specifically, it's it's not always the details on your resume or the thing that can grow with skill development or reps. It's who you are in your heart. And
that's so true. And you know what? Sometimes you get disappointed. Sometimes people show a part of themselves that's really unfortunate and it doesn't end up working and you misread it and it's just the way it is. I mean, that's why I prefer as a business owner to have sort of a homegrown approach to hiring people and letting them foster. We've had people, as Winnie knows, because she runs our energy exchange team, which is you do an amazing job. And she does what I envision is she attracts the right people to that program, right? And so, but there are hits and misses, right?
I do not envy that position.
No, it's tough.
I see her manage this shit. I don't have a band for a reason. It gives me anxiety when she gets messages about it.
Sure.
I'm God bless. But
Of
you're right.
course.
It is a skill, but she developed that skill through your company and program, so shout out, thank you.
Well, and it's great what you do, and it fosters this whole culture, and that I find irreplaceable. I really do, and so I think that even when I'm off being a business owner, and there's been 2 flooding situations that happened this week, water, I'm not going to bore everybody with the minutia, but I mean, it's just at 8:30 at night, I really want to go over and have to deal with a shower that won't shut off and stick a rubber glove in the, and think, that'll be good till morning. Stuff like that. Yeah. And you're stressed and you're sweating running up downstairs, you're turning the water off, but that's what you got to do, right? I mean,
that you'd never
every once
know.
in a while. No, you learn a lot. I'm not a handyman, but you kind of become one.
You got to.
Yeah, you learn pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're not a
I'm not a handyman. I love it when he knows that. Because I'm like, how's this nail going here? Leanna! That's my wife.
Yeah.
She's way more handy than I am. She can do things. I'm like, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah, I do.
You're lucky you're pretty, bro. Ralphie, are you lying on the court? I'm sorry. Why are you so prosperous?
Oh, it's a good question, but I think I think it has a lot to do with that. I think that our success always comes from our relationships with people, and by surrounding yourself with relationships with people who share the same values, but still have uniqueness. And doesn't you don't have to like all the same things. It's not about that, but it's just I like to think that I can surround myself with good people, and when you do that, it takes care of itself. And then people want to be there. People come into the studio, they don't even realize why they want to be there. They just like the feel, and that's the biggest compliment I can get from the studio, because that makes me smile, because I'm like, yeah, it is a good vibe.
It's such a good vibe, dude.
And when that changes or that gets off track, I start to get really upset. It's almost like something chronically bad is starting to happen, and and you have to fit. There's an adage with business, it's like hire slowly, fire quickly.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you know you have to fire somebody, it's too late because they've already done a fair amount of damage. But so you have to counter that, and you have to be quick. You have to expedite that process. So I think it has to do really with creating that culture, but then having the right people and knowing when they're the wrong people too. You know.
How do you take care of yourself when you have to make these challenging, fast decisions?
I have protocols. When Leanna and I get up in the morning, we meditate every morning.
Yes.
And I also I've learned so much from this nervous system dysregulation, where I've learned about somatic tracking, I've learned about breathing exercises, I obviously do yoga, but I do work out a lot of the time too, because I like, and I go through stages. Sometimes I do more yoga, sometimes I do less yoga, because I like to work out and I like the autonomy of being away from the studio. There
Yeah,
is something
for sure.
to that, right?
Totally.
You know, where I can just have my headphones in and be listening to a podcast. But
You're like a
Not
celebrity at the
Yeah, I was gonna
studio.
say you're like the leader there. It's like it's very felt, and you make an impact on people positively.
well, thank you. There's always stuff you're going to see while there, so you're going to be working in your brain whether you like it or not. Like why is that heater peeling above my head right now while I'm in Savasana? And nobody else would be like, it doesn't matter. There's heat coming from it. It's
I
fine.
identify
I'm like,
with
I
this.
gotta fix this. You know, and you're in the middle of a class. You're supposed to be chilling.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it doesn't really it doesn't
If
serve
this is
me.
bad, you can. I think you've done it.
Oh no, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I
Thank
can
you.
kind of see you going.
So it comes from that. But yeah, I try at least in a day right now to get at least an hour in of either meditation or a combination of breathing, somatic tracking, some journaling, different things where I've really learned how to express myself, but also just get comfort with my body. And I think that's the lesson that this all was, to internalize. You know, there's one meditation I was, so she goes, close your eyes and feel downward and inward, and that's how you always start, right? And then so you're exploring the body, and with somatic tracking, you're just looking at maybe some symptoms that you might have on that particular day, and you're not assessing them, and you're not judging them. You're just telling your body, it's okay. Yeah, we're safe, you know, and it's all fine. Because I know you guys do a lot of meditation too, and you like this sort of thing.
Daily,
I
morning,
have
non-negotiable.
definitely been. I don't know if it's like I'm unsure. I haven't been able to fully decipher if I'm like managing or like pushing away feelings when I'm saying it's okay. Like some anxiety will start to come up, and it'll be like insane anxiety, like I can't believe my mom's gonna die one day, you know, like just
Something
like
random.
yeah, like it doesn't need to be in this present moment at all, and it'll bubble up, and I'll be like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, but I'm not sure if it's okaying it down or if it's okaying it out.
That's that's very astute of you to understand it. But I think that just you even saying that makes you realize that you do kind of know the difference, and in some respects, right?
Well,
No, but I think you do, and I think that that's something that we all negotiate all the time, and we're never going to be perfect with it.
Right.
But because I totally hear what you're saying, because when I first learned about somatic tracking there, I was like, well, aren't I just enhancing the symptoms by paying attention to them? Shouldn't I be ignoring them a little bit? This is kind of just getting obsessed. But it was like, no, you want to make friends with it and tell your nervous system that you're safe. And so I understand
So get
that
familiar.
duplicity
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a bit of dichotomy there for sure.
Yeah, what you resist persists. So it's like you don't have to resist it, but like he said, your awareness of it, if you just spend time with it, it's like okay, because let yourself drop into it and then walk yourself to the end of like the bad version.
Yeah.
Right? We try to avoid, well, don't think about the bad version. Like, well, what if this happens?
yeah,
So
yeah.
what?
It's true.
I'll still be here.
It's so
Like,
true.
No
I remember
one's gonna stab me.
This one person said that it stuck with me too. She said that we think we have so many problems, but we really only have one, and that's how we talk to ourselves.
It's how we think. Yeah.
And our self-talk can be so
That's it.
aggressive. Like if we wrote down or or recorded some of the things that we say to ourselves. We don't say it out loud, but we say to ourselves, we put a bullet in our heads.
We
Like, we're just like, what
never
the
say
hell
that
am
to
I doing?
somebody,
Why am I
right?
speaking
Yeah.
to myself like that?
Yeah. And it's not a being kind friend to yourself.
No, the self-compassion is the key, right?
Yeah.
Like to some of this healing.
Do you
Yeah,
ever,
I wonder where we lost that. If that's something that you're like, oh, you have to like take responsibility, so you should feel guilty about what you did, and your guilt is going to stop you from doing that again in the future.
Well, then you get into a whole other area of shame, and that's very. I mean, you know, they have that spectrum of like anger and denial, and like and shame's way up there. Shame's one of the worst things that we can
the
feel.
lowest.
Right?
Like
the lowest. That's,
guilt,
I know,
guilt
yeah.
and shame.
Low vibe.
Yeah. And then like you start to go up the scale of anger, and then it's like courage, and then I know
Hope,
this. It's
I
like
think,
energetic,
one
and
of
then hope,
them.
and then the other one is like certainty, and you start to, and you can feel this like. All right, if I can just breathe into like these small steps upwards, you raise yourself in the vibrational scale. How's your gratitude practice?
Oh, that's a really good question. And because like I find that I have to continue to work on that because I catch myself just being a little bitch, you know, like as opposed to being gratitude. It's like, really?
You guys are
Oh, you're
buds.
upset about that? You're getting upset? Like it's like really? Oh, what about all this abundance around you, dude? Like, well, how about that? Why don't you focus on that? And so I'll get like a little bit mad at myself, and then I'm like, okay, well, that's not helping
No.
either. You know, so you have to, so you really it is a negotiation, but I do try to be extremely grateful for things. And I do, sometimes I know that you guys do too, you feel, I think your headphones like
ashed all over
falling
it.
apart of me.
These are my
She's been using
old
these
head-
headphones for 4
4
years,
years.
and it shows. It has,
I
these
swear
are,
to God, for my birthday or
it's like
Christmas, you're gonna get
they're
me
all
new
falling
headphones.
apart.
This guy has gotten me the best
Great
gifts
gifts.
of my life.
Oh,
Those
Oh my
those
God.
red mitts.
they're her winter mitts. yeah.
Comedians that would constantly comment on Winnie's boxing gloves mitts. This is the guy responsible
Yeah.
for them, and we
I got
love
like
them.
6 seasons out of them. They broke this year.
were
Did
great.
you really?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
See, that's what's crazy at the time. I thought maybe it was a couple.
Craziest
Yeah.
gifts though.
Yeah,
I've
you're
ever
such a
got.
class act. You're such a
Scooter,
prosperous guy.
massage
Oh,
gun.
thank
Thank you. That's
Trip
very
to
kind.
see Abraham Hicks. Crazy.
Oh, well,
so-
I
it's
have a $100 keg gift card waiting to be used.
Let's
right
go get
now.
some fucking steak to go
I
right
know,
now.
You've always been so generous.
well, I like
to
that.
me,
I like to be generous with the people I love,
Yeah.
and when and if I can be, that is a way for me to express myself. And it's not so much selfish or that I'm just this Santa Claus. It feels good for me too.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like that always feels really
Oh,
good.
it's fun to
Sure.
treat
Like,
people.
Yeah,
oh,
isn't
1000%.
it? Like,
yeah,
it's just the
delightful.
best feeling.
It's delightful.
And even like cooking a dinner, like when I can cook a nice dinner for my wife, I feel so good. Or
Yeah.
friends, or
Chili.
and when she
You
does
make
the
a
same
mean
for
chili.
me. Oh, a mean chili. I haven't made chili in a while.
It's full
That's
of
right.
love.
What are your favorite go-tos? I'm sorry if I'm going off topic. What are your favorite go-tos in terms of meals? Because you're a great cook.
Bless, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to try more of my food, bro.
I mean,
I've had the delay
For
to come to
sure.
your place.
when Ellevan cooks me a steak, it is like out of
Just
control.
exquisite.
We've gotta have you guys over for some steak this summer because
we love
your steak
steak.
is nuts now.
I
like,
figured it out.
What do you do?
He really, yeah, it was a journey.
I watched all the YouTube videos. Like even
There's
like
a lot.
I've been like I worked in fine dining. My parents are great cooks, but steak is a motherfucking sniper. There's a right way to do a steak. So much food is intuitive. I'm like music, I'm a hippie. It's like whatever. It's like you can do it any way you want. No, there's a right way to do a steak.
Tell us.
Hot pan, like 7 to 8, like get it nice and hot
Cast
first.
iron grill.
That's the be perfect if you can. It'd be great. And then the steak should be kept out of the fridge a little bit, not quite room temperature, but warmer than directly out of the fridge. Salt, just salt. And then you have your rosemary and butter nearby with garlic. Ready, you put butter in the pan on the hot skillet. You sear it face down. Don't fucking touch it. Don't touch it.
How long?
3 to 5 minutes, depending on how thick it is.
Medium heat.
Yeah, medium's great. 7's great, and then you let it sear, and then you flip it over, toss the rosemary and butter in there, baste it.
Okay.
When it's hot, let it sear just like on the other side. So you cook that for about 5 minutes. Let it sit for as long as you cooked it.
And do you
take it off.
tent it
You can.
with tinfoil or anything? You just leave it.
I'll leave it.
Okay.
And because it's seared. And then I also, if you're really going to be a cute bitch about it, take the tongs, take the steak, pick it up, and sear all sides of it.
Oh,
yeah.
that
The
is cute and bitchy.
And
That
then,
is
and then
crispy.
depending on what you're having, like this
amazing.
was like a New York strip or like a ribeye, which is I really like. Also, you can get a nice Wagyu or fuck it, anything. You can get a blade. But as long as you sear both sides and then let it sit, then when you slice it, you'll get the crispy top with the like brown ring, but mostly pink inside.
Oh, it's perfect.
That's what I found. This isn't just me. This is just what I found over like hundreds of videos.
That sounds great. Well, thank you for explaining that, because that'll be happening
God
for
bless.
sure.
We'll make a little reel out of it and just do how to make a steak.
Yeah.
But you, speaking about food and how classy you are, your approach to like having a dinner party too is truly just beautiful.
Class act.
It is the Hollywood party that you dream of from the 50s. It's like the most cheeses and just like you're
Cocktails,
so classy.
wine.
Like where did
Cocktails,
you get this
wine.
game from?
I just love, I
Like-
love the sense of occasion that it creates. And these days, like, it's not even about going out or going out for dinner. It's better,
It
like when
is.
you know, because a lot of good friends who are great cooks, and you like to give back, and it's sort of, you know, we go over to their place, now you come over to ours, or, you know, like, because we've done this, and it just feels, that sense of occasion, I think, and then when you're creating something special and you're putting so much love into it, it's going to be a great night.
Yes.
It's just going to be.
So it's about the energy
like,
for you.
And it's like I've never gone over to another person's place where if I can feel the energy of their love in their cooking,
Yeah.
it's always a good meal, even if it's technically not the greatest
Impressive,
meal.
yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter. You really enjoy the food that they made for you, and
Yes.
so that's what. So when you guys come over,
best.
I think we like to do that. The cheeses and the pates, and then you get into either like a spaghetti or a steak or whatever. It might
Yeah.
be anything. But my wife introduced me
Oh
not
my
long ago, and now I'm obsessed with
my
the
God.
laksa. You guys had laksa when you came over.
The
remember?
bowl, like
Yeah,
the ramen.
that's right. Yeah,
Holy
she
fuck.
she made you guys laksa that night, and
was
I remember you
unbelievable.
both being like, "What is happening?" 'Cause,
It was 5-star Michelin.
yeah, it's
Like,
really
what
good.
is happening?
I
Like
miss
the
it.
presentation,
I
I was like,
miss it.
this isn't just at your home. Like,
Yeah.
you went out and got this and put it
Yeah,
in this bowl.
exactly.
That's how I felt. It was
That's how I felt when she made it for me the
crazy.
first time. I'm
It-
like, "What's going on, babe?"
I thought she was like expecting us to do a photo shoot for a menu.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this
It
was
looks
like-
so
What was
good.
the
yeah.
Perfect.
appetizer again? That was a little deep fried
Oh yeah,
something?
I remember trying to hold back from eating them all
Oh, it
to
was
try and
so
pretend I'm
good.
classy.
It was so
See,
good, Leanna. Thank you.
Usually
I
I'm just-
think I kind of forget what the appetizer was, but
I remember it was,
Was it a
really
dumpling?
fantastic.
But it was really good. Like, and oh yeah, and she makes
Is your-
dumplings. Maybe it was dumplings because she makes great dumplings too. But so
guys
so
are
now I'm addicted to laksa, like because laksa is like a paste, and then you put chicken broth and coconut milk, and you create this incredible soup, which just is.
Are you having laksa
unbelievable.
laksa?
Yeah, yeah. and then you can put a vegetable and protein in there, like sometimes you do sausage and bok choy or chicken or steak or what, and it's just and then the rice noodles, and so it's this whole bowl of juicy goodness, like all of these wonderful
Yeah, so good
and
for
healthy
you.
good things. So
Touching
good.
upon so many food groups.
This is why I love like Asian cuisine in a lot of ways, because like I feel like there's bowls like that are dense and full, so it's kind of like a carryover of a ramen or a pho or a bibimbap, and it's like there's everything you need in there, and it's
Yeah.
like a salad, but it's like a savory meat dish, but it's also a soup, and it's like
Yeah,
everything.
well,
you
laksa is
need.
actually Malaysian.
It's
It's
Malaysian,
a
so
Malaysian
there you
dish.
go.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I
And
mean,
egg? She put the egg on there?
oh,
I
I
love
don't
the
think
egg.
you can. And
I think she did when we were over.
Yeah, that's right. Like
was a
because
little half
Leanna does a
boiled,
lot of.
right?
She makes the.
That was good.
beautiful. I
Cute.
think it was a quail egg or what? Didn't it?
That's
was
right.
something hot.
That's right.
It
She
was
did
something
quail
hot.
eggs. She really did it up for you guys.
Bro,
Like it's she always does.
Leanna.
Yeah.
I miss you.
It's pretty. It's pretty cool. So no, I've
We'll
learned a
come
lot.
over
I learned
again
from her
if
a lot. For sure
we'll
you
just
will.
come right over tonight.
Absolutely.
What are you doing?
Yeah, just crash your guys' dinner.
But I learned a lot from her in every respect, and it's fun to be able to get those fancy meals.
Was gift giving in your top love languages?
It wasn't.
No.
Mine was words of affirmation. Number one, and
You're a real nice guy.
Gift giving's up there. Thank you. And I know yours is acts of service.
Yeah.
And which is fascinating to learn those love languages. It's something that we always do at the teacher training, you know, so that people can start to, you know, feel each other out and understand each other a little bit more, and understanding a person's love languages. And there's another one. There's a strengths guide, the strengths test, and mine was. And it served me well, except for the times when it doesn't, is being
Makes
an
sense.
activator. Right?
Oh,
and
totally.
what I love about that, was my number one thing, is that I can wake up in the morning, and this is what, with Leanna's profession being corporate, like it would drive me nuts because, you know, there's so many different decisions and none of them happen, and
Bureaucracy.
it takes years and all of this stuff, and this person's not talking to this person, or it's great. And so I can wake up and go, oh, I want to implement that studio. Okay, I'll do that today.
Yep.
Like, and I can do it, and then I'll do it,
Yep.
and then sometimes it's a great thing, and sometimes like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But but I mean, it happens, right? But I love that liberty. I mean, I love having that sense of agency, that freedom, where I can make these decisions, and they don't even have to be the right ones, but I can fall flat on my face, but I can learn from that, but I can at least instigate it.
The freedom to be creative.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
execute on I feel that too. I'd rather be tethered to that creative process than have the biggest corporation but instill bureaucracy in my process.
Oh,
fuck that.
For sure. And I know this about you because you don't like that. Yeah, you don't like that kind of structure. You want to be your free spirit.
1000%,
Right? You're very
yeah.
creative. So.
Yeah.
Hey, to learn you're an activator, was it your like birth date and time, or
No, it was just certain qualities.
Okay,
And
nice.
you go through this entire test, and that was like alarmingly the number one thing. Oh, you are an activator.
Yeah.
You know.
Huh. I
And,
want to do that test. I don't know. if
Yeah,
I've
it's
done
pretty
that
cool. I
test.
think it's called Strengths Finder or something. I might be
Now,
misspeaking.
let
but
me ask you
see.
this, as I believe a fellow activator, you ever try and push through and like encourage someone else to activate, and then like they just don't have the same gas as you?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't motivate it, right?
Or not even in the same gas, but the same not the same incentive.
Yeah.
They don't see what you're seeing, like, and you
Right.
say because you might be wrong.
That's
like,
so
I mean,
interesting.
Right.
you know,
but
it's,
our
it's
liberty
possible.
is our energy is on our bill. So if I take that risk, that's my tuition, is what I
That's
call
right.
it, right? You
Well,
said I could
sure,
take
because
that
if I come up with an idea, then and I want to impart it to somebody, and I want action based on it, I need to do everything I can to make them realize that this is a good vision or could be, you know. And if they're not on board, then they're going to half-ass it, and they don't feel the same way. I'm like, well, this is stupid, but I'll do it anyway, you know. Like, so
You got to
so,
believe and do
yeah,
it yourself.
you do,
So as long
and
as you're willing to do it yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also sometimes you get feedback in that respect. Like, you know, with somebody like Winnie could say, what about this? Or I feel this way. And then you go, oh, okay, I'll take that into account. But just do what I'm telling you. No, I'm kidding. just do what I'm telling you.
She's the strongest bee.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
And it's
Team
incredible because
player.
then you can get the creative juices flowing, not just from yourself, but everybody else. And everybody gets on board. They feel they're a part of it, and it just makes it stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's a good
true.
thing. Yeah.
It's the real, you know, like the public test about the dancing. It's not the first person who starts dancing who starts the dance floor, which is usually the activator. It's the person who joins
Second
them
person.
who starts the dance
this
floor.
that's a very good analogy. I like that.
So it's
analogy.
like life is a dance floor. You're trying to get something going.
Do I have like? See, yeah. I'm just gonna take them off because I don't
Yeah.
even really need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
They're
God, look,
melting
this is
on you.
hilarious. Yeah. God, this is hard work. In a headphone, like these headphones. Do you see? Can you see?
Like and subscribe.
Like this is
Support our dreams.
They're working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard.
To be fair, I usually am the one who wears these.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
I
awesome.
normally take the damage.
Yeah, those ones look fresh and new.
rocks.
It's awesome.
You know?
It's so
I mean,
good.
this has been
Bro,
so good.
you're so fantastic. Thank you, man.
Oh, my pleasure. I love talking to you guys. It feels so free flowing, and I was actually nervous. I said I told Leanna, I said I don't know about doing this podcast. I think I'm going to say something really stupid, and be
you
really.
have.
And yeah.
I want to ask you just
Yeah.
maybe
We're not quite wrapping up yet.
if someone's never done yoga before
Mm.
and they were like, why should I do yoga? what would be like a 30-second response to that?
I would say that it'll help them understand themselves and the landscape of their entire personality and their inner self a lot better, because with yoga the whole thing is that we don't just do physical exercise. It's yoga. It does mean yoga. It means mind body. It's that marriage, right? So what you're trying to do is actually shut down the mind. It's interesting because I feel like with the original Bikram yoga, that was the whole objective, was that we're not ready to meditate, just lie down and meditate in Western culture. We almost have to put our bodies into submission first. Ooh. And that whole series is so hard. And then everything opens up, you relax, you've just sweated off 10 pounds, and you lie there and you go, yeah, now you can meditate.
Yeah.
Because you don't have all that clutter, all that stuff.
The
So it's just
energy.
that I think that it will help them get to know themselves better and to go full circle, give themselves more self-compassion.
Dude, that's so beautiful and true. Have you seen through the studio, like things of like people releasing like emotional or crying or anything like movement of body, like energy unlocking?
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I absolutely have.
No, yeah.
Because and sometimes people don't talk about it, and sometimes they do, and it's almost better when they don't talk about it. It's much like I think we've talked about this a lot, where somebody. I love when somebody just walks in. This happened yesterday. I was at the studio, and this woman just walks in. She's just looking around. I said, "Oh, can I help?" She goes, "I was just walking by, and I thought I'd come up, and we happened to be open." And had a conversation with her, and she was just like, "I was just thinking about trying some yoga." And she walked in, and she signed up, and she's ready to go. The people who call you and they have a million questions, and you go, "You're never coming here. You've already talked yourself out of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I answer these questions, because if you're not ready, then it's not going to happen."
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes we're not ready. Leanna and I met on a date, like a first date off an app, and we didn't see each other again for 2 years.
Crazy.
So, I mean, like, we weren't ready to take a path together.
Wow.
We
So
got
cool.
along and we were laughing and having a great time, but for some reason the universe just went, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually remember you coming back from that first date and being like, it was amazing.
I
Like,
tell
it
this
was-
story.
it
I
was
told you. I
amazing,
came back
but
and I
just
said to
like,
you, I just met
I
my
don't
new
know.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Is that what you said
But
the
then-
first time?
I did.
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah.
And then she ghosted you? What happened? Why didn't you
Yes.
talk again?
Oh, she's never going to live this down. Like, it's kind of hilarious. I'm like, yeah, and then you took off for 2 years, did your thing, and then I'm just like, okay. But we laugh about it because like I said, it just means we weren't ready. But that's how I did feel at that time. I knew that I'd met somebody special, and and we just weren't aligning time-wise
Yeah.
yet. That's all that was happening.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that divine timing
That's
action.
cool.
Divine timing.
The
That's a great
trust.
way of putting it. That should be the title of your first book.
Divine timing.
That'd be great.
Yeah, you wrote
you.
a book and dropped a book. I Hate Yoga.
I did. Yeah, I hate yoga and why you'll hate to love it too. And it's just that the first half of the book is just basically me whining about all the things that yoga has become in contemporary society, that, people are making it about religion and it's not about religion, and people are making it about social media and it's not about social media. It's not all these things. So I kind of take it apart, and then there's kind of a phoenix rising from the ashes in the second part where you build it back up, and with the point of being like, it's for everybody. And it's accessible to everybody. You just got to find your niche with regards to it, without it being dictated to you. That's all.
Yeah. Facts, amen on that across the board. God bless.
So, how long have we been talking?
You're a treat.
I don't know, like an hour maybe.
Have we really?
This is, I think, normally around the hour mark.
That is something else.
that
Yeah,
what it is?
it just flies by with you guys.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you
Oh yeah, that's what I had a little story about releasing in class. Do you remember that one you were teaching in class? This must have been like pretty early on, like maybe 2016, 2017, when we were still like taking class all the time.
Yeah.
And I was in separate leg stretching, and you were like, Winnie, roll your body weight forward. And I thought I was doing it, and you're like, Winnie, roll your body weight forward. Roll your body weight forward. And you like come up to me, and I just start bawling, and you're like, oh. And then after class, you were like,
You were going
I'm
through
so
some-
sorry. I was
didn't
like,
know.
don't be.
Well, that's just it. We don't know what's going on for somebody,
Yeah.
and so we have to be compassionate. And when we first started teaching this, we were so, like, the Bikram dialogue and all that kind of stuff was so it was like a dictator kind of thing. It was just so invasive and aggressive, and so I thought, well, why don't we just find our own personalities and teach this series, honor it because it's a good series, but with more compassion and kindness, and because they're doing something innately difficult already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's
like,
so
why do
hard.
I have to let's make this a double-edged sword and I'll be mean to you as well?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, who wants that? Well, some people, but
That's true.
But some
And they
people
pay
like a
for
lot
that
of
in
direction.
private. No, I'm just-
And
But
also, it was like
it's a better
kind of a
combination.
bit of a trend of the time, I would think. Like when Bikram yoga was at its peak, I would say that started happening in like for the first 2000s, you know, like
yeah.
up until like 2010 to 2012 when everything
I think
happened,
that's exactly
really.
right. Yeah.
And I remember being in school at that time in theater school, and when teachers would like get really awful to you, which would happen very regularly. It's happened in Hollywood in big ways.
Like hazing.
That's what it feels like. I mean, the training, I don't call it a training. I always call it a hazing.
Yeah.
The Bikram training. Because it was
Yeah.
2 90-minute classes a day and all, and all that stuff.
Totally.
It's like
That
torture
training was
extremism.
crazy,
It was
but
nuts.
I'm really glad I experienced it.
Yeah.
It's
The
like,
intense,
Well, it gave me this opportunity because back then you couldn't own a Bikram studio unless you were a Bikram teacher.
You
Yes, you
went-
went through this hazing, but there was a lot that was learned throughout that process
yeah,
for sure.
there was.
It does unlock
So,
parts of you.
but
breaks
at
you
that
down.
time, I
Yeah.
think like this
Yeah.
idea of if they're mean to you, they like you. That was super trendy, like in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting
That's
the
borderline
attention,
kinky.
it is. You're right. It is.
If the teacher pinches your ear, she secretly wants to
so I
fuck you.
think
You know what I
that's
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Bikram yoga was all over that, man. Like if there was the people who would stand out and he'd fucking bend them in half and
it was crazy.
they loved
He'd
it.
jump on
you
their
know?
backs.
Like
I think
people
Leanna
were
was
like,
asking
oh,
me
I
that
wish that
recently.
was me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
They wish like somebody's close to their head being on their toes when they're like in a like caterpillar position,
just, like-
and he just comes over and jumps in their
Oh my
back and takes
God.
to the next level. And
So insane.
but
And
he
there's
had
so
that.
many injuries that happen in training, like, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all just like, oh, maybe it's because we're pushing our bodies like an insane, like way too far.
We all look
That's where
terrible.
I hurt my back originally. Like
Oh,
all
was
of
it
my
really?
back stuff that you've ever seen throughout the studio happened at training first. Yeah.
wow.
Because I was pushing like these
not natural.
big ass backward bends every single day for 2.5 months. It was
It can be nuts. I'm pretty sure I finished off my ACL in tree pose.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivia Holland was teaching, and I was just like, and she's
Yeah.
like, looks over at me. I'm like, oh, good, good.
Well, yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
let
people need
fuck
to
it
understand
out.
yoga injuries. They're a thing. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like if
But
you
it's-
have to start to learn.
It was
and
already hanging out
understand
by
your
a thread,
body.
though.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
that took you to the next
Yeah.
level, and they do happen. Like it's just it's one of those things where you're not paying attention. And I remember one woman. She fully admitted after class, and she'd been coming for ages and coming every day. And she went to a back bench. She said, "It's my fault. My mind was wandering. I wasn't focused
Yeah.
on what was
Hundo
going on."
P.
You know.
Yeah.
But that
It's good
teaches you
awareness.
that mindfulness.
Yeah.
That's what it taught me.
Yeah.
And it's like, you better be aware. You can't just throw your fucking joints around, bro.
Oh, it's so true.
I'm having a really nice thing. No one really needs to know this, but I'm having a really nice thing in my practice right now, especially in the 90-minute class, where I'm realizing that my body is way out of whack and my right side's way more flexible than my left side is. And I've always gone maximum both sides, but now I'm not going maximum on my right side anymore, and I'm going maximum on my left side to see if I can actually like sort of gain less flexibility for a second on my right side and try and balance out the flexibility through both sides over the course of time.
Right.
Because if I just keep constantly
Oh, yeah.
pushing, getting more and more flexible on the one side and this side staying completely stuck, it's like, I don't think that's
That's a
not
good
gonna
lesson
help
too, because a
me.
lot of people think that both sides should or are the same, and they're really
Yeah.
not.
No,
at
very
all.
different on both sides of the body. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring some balance back in right now, baby.
Good job.
It's
Thank
so
you.
healthy and so good for you. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, I really
Let me
enjoy
ask you
it.
this. Where do you hide the uglies? Because everyone's fucking hot who goes to your studio. It's nuts, dude.
I remember
you walk
what-
in, it's like a fucking photo shoot. It's like every day, everyone's
But
crazy
it's
hot.
very diverse, though.
So funny.
I didn't say fucking fit. I said hot.
No, I
Like
know.
everyone's good looking. It's
Yeah.
amazing, the culture. I don't know.
It is it's because they're beautiful souls.
Yeah, they're
They
glowing.
feel good about themselves a lot
Yeah.
of the people, or they're working on that, and they have good intentions and they have good character. Yeah, I think that's true. I remember that's really funny you mentioned that, Evan, because I remember you walking into the studio once and there was a bunch of teachers around, some people practicing, and I was there, and you go, "Whoa, land of the pretty people," just as only Evan could say.
It's, yeah, thank you.
I
I know.
laughed at that. I thought that was so fun.
Because, just being like silly, like I don't really think anyone's ugly, but it's like distinctly you look around and it's like, this is impressive. Like if I just wanted to send someone in the States or Europe what Canada looks like, and I wanted to lie a little bit, like the good angle, I'd go to your studio and be like, this is just Canadians in general.
Do you feel like that's also, but what we were picking up on, and you can answer honestly, was a bit of an energy vibe too?
I do. It's
Yeah.
a confidence. Like I said, not fit. I don't mean everyone has an 8-pack.
No,
I mean,
sure,
like,
of
whatever
course.
body type,
I understand.
race, like whatever. It's just like, yeah, I do. I think it's an energy thing, a confidence thing. And it's like also everyone's a little bit naked. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hot, but it's like, it's not a sexual way, but it's more like, like
safe.
more than like the deflective ego that we wear outside.
Oh,
it's
sure.
more like, hey, like we're the same kind.
Everyone's
The stuff you
know?
see on Instagram, it's so generic, and it's just
But
like,
we're
people
I
are-
don't know, we're all in
I
tight
think,
shorts
though,
together and we're
yeah,
all gonna go exercise.
There's something vulnerable,
Vulnerable.
about having less clothing on,
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
our space provides a safe place, for people to be like very authentically themselves.
Yes.
There are a few members who are fully dressed head to toe for classes, and but most people are pretty like, it's a hot studio,
I
so
love
it's
it.
like
Sure.
little tops and little bottoms,
Yeah.
because you don't want to really wear more than that usually.
And the whole thing is, and when people ask or they're concerned about what they're wearing, you just tell them 5 minutes into class, no one will care.
No one
it,
gives a
it doesn't.
fuck.
They're focused on just surviving.
It
Yeah.
so
No
becomes
one cares
about
what you're
you,
wearing.
Yeah.
and that's exactly like if someone's asking those type of questions, like, oh, you haven't done it yet. Because when
Yeah.
you're in it, when you're in the first thing, you're like, I don't care. Just give me.
when
You're like, yeah, exactly.
I'm
No,
not checking
you're
you out,
not
bro.
really
Like,
worried about any of that.
When gym bros come in and wear their ball caps
Right
in
on,
class,
eh?
I don't know
So
if you
funny.
see it. It's so good. I'm like, you're gonna take that
No,
off.
they're taking it
no,
off.
it's
Yeah.
so-
Because your
soaking wet.
head is gonna turn
Soaking
into
wet.
like a hot tamale.
It's like yeah, like y'all. It's so wet, like it's so you're dripping sweat, and everyone's fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all like disgustingly dripping. So there's not like it's a good
It's
And
place
there's
to
a
be.
cohesion there that brings people together too, because you all survive something.
Yes.
You're all navigating different things, but you're feeling it out amongst each other. There's a synergy that exists. I mean, I always have this sort of cheeky line that I use in a class where it's like, everybody's doing the same thing. They're really working together, taking breaks, modifications, whatever. But then there's somebody just doing their own thing, And it's like, you're not renting space in a hot room. You actually are here for this cohesive,
Yes.
synergistic
Experience.
Unit.
And we're on this
So do
roller
you want
coaster.
to be a part of that or not?
Yeah, we're
know?
on
No.
it together. It's
Yeah.
very
They
team
don't.
sport.
they don't. They clearly don't. But then they shouldn't be there, right? Like, it doesn't make
it's
any
tricky.
sense.
Those
It's like,
are tricky.
yeah, because you're like, why are you? Do you want everybody to just be annoyed with you, or it's fascinating.
Dude, that's a good skit. That's a funny comedy skit. I would love to be that guy just doing his own thing. Like in the
That's funny.
corner. They're
That
like,
would be funny.
Everyone's
That
going
might
like
be a
this, and I'm just
funny
like,
little.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and you're doing that, but we've seen that sort of a thing where people are
Actually-
doing like weird things, and they're
Yeah.
and you go, what
And
is
their eyes are
happening?
closed, so you can't make eye contact with
Yeah,
them.
that too.
to like encourage them to
Terrifying.
get back in with the group.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
The most terrifying thing I ever saw, because people were entering into their trauma during the training, was like, I think it was like week 4, and this guy, 300 people on our mats are this far apart, and he just walked up, he stood up and he walked towards the front mirror and started saying the Lord's Prayer over and over again. And the teacher was like, hey, John, you might want to, and he goes, John, you're not well. And he wasn't. He really wasn't well, and he'd become a part of this sort of like what could almost be described as a cultish kind of training, even though there's lots of amazing people there who love the yoga, and that's the reason they were there. And then you get hooked into this crazy structure. But
What happened? Someone said a prayer?
yeah, he was just saying the Lord's Prayer over and over again. He flipped. He wasn't mentally
Like
well.
interrupting the class?
Yeah.
Oh.
300 people, and we were just watching this guy say the Lord's Prayer, staring at himself in the front of the mirror. I know it sounds funny. It was awful at the time,
No,
and he
you
was
would
not
not feel
well.
good for it.
No, he was.
Were you
but
close to him in the group that day?
no,
Oh,
no,
thank God.
I wasn't. I talked to him a
couldn't
few
handle that
times, but
shit.
I didn't. No, yeah, because we had groups. So if he was in your group, you go, shit, is this where I'm headed? Like, is it? You start to think
I had
about
a
that.
nuts break. I think it was Hell Week, like week 7 or something.
Oh yeah, Anger Week is week 6, right?
Yeah,
Because it's 9 weeks long. This entire training, just so everybody knows, you're doing 2 90-minute classes a day, and you do lectures. And sometimes just to piss you off, Bikram would lecture you till 3 a.m. in the morning, and then you'd be up at 7 a.m. to take your first class again, and all that kind of stuff. And so it was
And
really
they'd
a test.
squirt
of
you with
will.
water bottles if you fell asleep
You
in
couldn't
the
even
lectures
fall
or the
asleep.
movies.
I know, it was crazy.
They banned blankets. It's like, bro, it's 3 a.m.
That's
We're
fucking
freezing.
weird.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
weird. It was weird. You would not have enjoyed it.
No, it's torture. I wouldn't
it's
have-
But then
terrible.
also part of you was like, well, if 69-year-old Bikram can do it, then I guess I can do it.
Yeah. I had my bags packed week 2. I told
Did
Francis'
you?
story. Yeah, I think I was telling Leanna about it the other day. I like just it was the middle of the night, and I was freaking out, and I thought, I can't do this. And my bags were fully packed, and I was just ready to
So
go home.
tall.
Yeah, I was
You
just.
would lose so much every
Oh,
single
it was
class.
crazy. It was so much, and with men, there's more muscle mass, and so you sweat more, and so it takes you you deplete more. It takes you a while to recover more. So that has been something that I've seen and experienced. Like, you see women coming in every day, and they work hard, and it's an amazing thing. But just in terms of their makeup, they can get through it.
Replenish
Yeah, they can
easier.
replenish and recover a little quicker. And a lot of men, they just start to get depleted, and it just becomes too much. And then and I've had talks with guys, be like, maybe not every day,
Yeah.
maybe not. And
No,
this is
for
back when we were
sure.
doing 90s all the time too. So there's 1 hour offerings now, so it's a little bit more prudent.
How many 90s do you have now?
Only one a week. Yeah.
It used to be everyone, and now it's just
You
one.
put your finger on the pulse of the industry, and you start to understand that people just don't want to be in a room that long, and it's not a very viable option anymore. The stalwarts love it, and they stick with it, and so that's why we still offer that one, and that one class does well.
Would you
But
say that experience, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
that experience, would you say that's the key, though? Like, there's something special there? Or you think the hour does it also good enough?
I think the hour does it. I do. But there are people who will argue that till they're blue in the face and say nothing does it better for them than the 90. And I have to respect that argument. It's just that in terms of a business model, it doesn't really work. And there are studios in the city where they don't even have hour-long classes. Everything's 45 minutes or 50 minutes long, right? And so where they might have a yin class, a more restorative yoga class, maybe that will last an hour. But that's it. They have just that on their schedule. And so we still do a lot of 1 hours, and we do that for that one 90. But I remember there used to be 75-minute classes. People don't do the attention span. It's a good and a bad thing. Like, in terms of business structure, means yes, you can get more classes, you can get more people, but there is something to be said for our lacking for this attention deficit disorder that's
Right.
happening,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
that's what I'm enjoying about revisiting the 90, actually. It's not necessarily a physical, like, I'm not like, oh, that I needed that for my body and I didn't get that in the 60-minute. It's actually more of the mental thing where you said you kind of beat yourself into submission, and then
yeah.
all of a
You
sudden
can
it's this
meditate.
My wife does it.
euphoric-
Like, when she's not feeling mental, that she'll hit a 90. She's hit the
Yeah.
last 2, and it just helps her get out. So I understand that. I do.
away
I'm
from
a 90 guy.
the gadgets,
Yeah.
because I am obsessed with that thing too. So
Fuck, Apple.
to be phone
Yeah,
free for 90
yeah.
minutes is just such
They make
a
good
gift.
craft.
Yeah.
Did you finish the story about leaving training or potentially leaving training?
Oh, just that I stayed. But it was it was a very serious moment.
Yeah.
For me, and
Did you get
It's
did
interesting.
you do this in class?
Oh God, yeah. I did the
You
full
would-
cramping. I did it a
was
number of times,
crazy.
and became a joke, which and it wasn't even really funny. But I'd be out on the carpet like after say the second class of the day, and you're trying to stay hydrated, but you can't because then you're going to do 290s again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I just full on body cramps, and you're just like lying, and they're like, well, come on, Paul needs some Pedialyte. Gets Paul some Pedialyte, and you're like, you can't even move, and people are just feeding you,
Yeah.
like helping each other out.
We
going through it.
didn't get Pedialyte. We got Coca-Cola, bro. It was like,
What?
yeah,
That's
they would
hilarious.
feed,
What
they would
about
give us
coconut water?
sugar. I know, right? I know. No, like when you left because you were cramping too hard,
Yeah.
they gave you a shot of Coke, and it helped.
Oh shit.
It helped. Yeah,
wild.
yeah, yeah.
Sugar,
I think
eh?
it just got the blood sugar back
Yeah.
up, and I don't know. I'm not really exactly sure.
He
the
loved his
science of it.
Coca-Cola too, so that
He
might have been part of
loved
it.
Coke.
Yeah. for
Yeah.
some
That's
reason.
how he stayed a little bit
Such
chubby.
a crazy guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sugar.
Oh, all the sugar. He was crazy, but.
Yeah.
Like he did a lot of yoga, but he's a
I'm
little
thankful for
chubster.
the experience.
Well, you wonder where it comes from. Like I talk about this in my book. There's a whole argument, and I still don't know the answer to it. It's like, was he always that person, and then he came over, and then he was part of this environment, and it enabled him to expose that unsavory personality, or did he come over to Western culture and learn? Like how much of it was nurture over nature, right?
Nice.
And so I think it's a little bit of both, because I don't think we have that inside, because so that people understand, he was charged with rape and sexual harassment, like too many flies to ignore, and pretty legitimate
Yeah,
stuff.
very
No
legit.
question. There's a whole documentary on it, and so that's when we all started to step back as business owners, as practitioners, going, you know what? We're going to leave you. We're going to take this yoga, because yoga is universal and it seems to work for everybody, and we love this series. So thanks, but we are not going to use your name. We don't want to be a part of any kind of values that you have anymore, because
And
you've gone off
also-
the rails.
Yeah, and
Don't
also
throw the baby out with the
understand.
bathwater.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also understand that it's very highly likely that he didn't create the sequence in its order. It
That's
was
true,
actually
too.
his guru that
a
did,
good point.
and he just brought it. So it's like there's
Shirley
so many
MacLaine.
layers
Very good
to
point.
it.
Yeah.
Shirley MacLaine.
It almost seems likely that he didn't, that he kind of stole it too.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But brought it to market though, a messenger
Brought it
for
to
sure.
market, a messenger.
He knew how to sell.
And then wasn't that story in his book, Shirley MacLaine or
Yeah,
someone?
Yeah,
Shirley
she-
MacLaine was one of his
told
first
him-
students.
Yeah.
It told him like you gotta charge for
charging
this,
people,
and
yeah.
like expensive.
Yeah.
Like, like more than an average fitness class. And
And then he went full circle. And then he was charging, our tuition was like
Yeah.
$12,000 or something like that.
And then but right before everything happened, I think he got some franchise money from people in the States too. So
Yeah, he was trying to franchise it, but you can't franchise. That all went to court, and you can't copyright something that's for health reasons. It's like you can copyright a song. So his lawyers are making that argument. Well, there's 88 keys here. He chose these postures, created this great series, so it's a creative outlet. It's a creative experience, expression. And so, but they said no because it's for health. That'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "Well, here's my workout.
No
so we're
bicep
gonna-"
curls.
You can't.
Yeah.
If you do this exact workout, you have to pay me, which
Right.
is a ridiculous notion, right?
Right.
So we just so he lost that,
I
and then the
trademarked-
franchise thing fell apart.
yeah.
I trademarked masturbating. I'm filthy rich.
You're quite good at it.
Shit,
Yeah.
where's
No,
all the
a
money?
trademark.
Where's all the money?
I give it all away. I give it
Oh,
back.
that's nice.
Yeah, I think everyone deserves
Got a good heart.
universal strokeism. Every time someone strokes it, they gotta pay me. That's copywriting. Masturbating.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, anal or no? Next question.
Not here.
God, I'm so
Well, I've had such a
irresponsible.
lovely
Oh, it's
time
been
this
it's
afternoon.
been
thanks for
absolutely
coming
wonderful
on,
to
bro.
be here.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. I
man.
just
Yeah,
love
appreciate
it.
you. Wow.
I'm very flattered that you invited me, and I just it's nice to be able to tell a bit of my story and hear
Yeah.
yours as well. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's really wonderful.
Will, do you want to leave the people with
Yeah,
anything?
drop a line on people. If you could,
Or-
through all your life experiences, put like your wisdom into one line of how to live a fulfilling life, what would you say?
The biggest thing that I would say, and I can say this anecdotally, is just always know that you don't understand entirely what other people are going through. And so if you can have compassion, and because I mean, it's like that, there's an expression, you scratch the surface of anger and you get sadness every time. I think that some people put up barriers and guards and present themselves a certain way to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And if we can all get a little bit more vulnerable and compassionate to another person's experience, then we can actually start helping each other more. That's what I would say.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that's why we love you. No, there's many reasons. But
Do you want
thank
us to put an @ of where people can find you in the description below?
Oh yeah, I'd love that. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at I_hate_yoga. That's my
Nice.
tag. And you can also find me at the studio. My email would be paul@BeHotYogaToronto.com.
Great.
And also the BeHot Yoga IG is doing some cool content too.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys are on Instagram,
Some fun things. Yep. Yeah.
BeHot Yoga Toronto, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Okay, love. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Thanks
See you
everybody.
next week.